Good afternoon, this is Stormcastle from Stormcastle's Comics and Collectibles. Today's video is about how do you read your comic? How do you read comics when you get them? I would love to hear in the comments below how other people, how you read your comics, because this is, that's what this video is about, how people read their comics. Subscribe, share the videos, like it, especially comment, because this is where the important part is. So, I picked a bunch of books in the last week or so. From old books, I've got Pilot's Old ElfQuest, Son of Satan, Avengers, Ghost Castle, Ghosts, more Ghosts, Batman the Detective. Show those off. And for my new books, I've got Doctor Strange, Captain America 7 and 8, because I waited a month, and I actually went between the 2 weeks. So I went between the weeks, so I got 2 issues at one time. Moon Knight, Birds of Prey, 7 and 8 also. Hellblazer, Dead in America, which I've been very excited about. Secret Wars, number 4, the facsimile copy. And the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the last run and stuff. So when you get your books, and I actually have more, I just put some away. When you get your comics, how do you read them? Do you go through the older books first? Books that they've never had before, and you're very interested? Or books that in case like Avengers, I've actually had this book before, years ago. Or do you dive into the new stuff and start going through all of the new books first, enjoying them? And honestly, do you say, oh well, I've been enjoying Doctor Strange a lot, this is out of this pile of books I'm reading, this is the most exciting, so I'm going to read this one first? Or do you say, well, Captain America 7 and 8, I missed those 2 weeks and I'm not as excited, or the Birds of Prey stuff that I am kind of at my end for Birds of Prey. Do you read those first? How do you do it? Do you, the books, the stack that the ones that you like the most are the ones that you're more willing to read? Or do you go to, well, the one I want to read the most, Doctor Strange, goes on the bottom, and I read the ones that are least exciting to me? I used to go to a comic store in Virginia where every week the owner would read every single issue of every book that came in every week. And when he would read it, he would take the books that he was less interested in and put them on the top, and the books that he wanted to read the most, the titles that he actively likes and collects, he put the bottom. He did this because he wanted that if somebody came in and asked him about, oh, what's going on in Doctor Strange or Captain America, Birds of Prey, he could tell you what was going on, if it was, in his opinion, if he enjoyed the book a lot or not. And he could there often suggestively sell to people things they're looking for. He even read, there was a couple people who got books like Tarot, and he read Tarot even though he was not a fan of the book, but because it came in, he would make sure that everything got read. Even, like I said, even the books that he personally were not a fan of. And I think that store, Four Color Fantasies in Winchester, Virginia, was one of the only stores in my 40 years of collecting that I know of the owner reading all the books every week. I've been to a lot of stores, and a lot of times you get staff who enjoy books, and they make suggestions, but sometimes they can't tell you about, was Doctor Strange good? Did they enjoy the Captain America? Are they liking the Moon Knight? How is Birds of Prey? is the John Constantine any good? But generally speaking, and also, do you read all your books the first day you get them? Do you go to the comic store on Wednesday and then sit and read everything? Oh my God! Do you read every single book, or do you read a couple one day? See, that's what I do. As I pick a couple books, I find books that are most interesting to me, or at that particular moment, and I will read a couple of them. When I got my books on Wednesday, I read the X-Men related books because I was interested in what was going on there. Intending later to read Doctor Strange or Captain America, because I'm interested in the Fall of the X storyline. Even though I am very much enjoying this Doctor Strange series, and it is one of the books I was really looking forward to this month. And then, for me, sometimes I'll just pick up and read the random back issues before I put them away. I've known one guy who would get all his new books and he put them all away. He'd write them all down what he had, and then he would go through his boxes and pull out the books that he got to read and that he just got and read them, then put them back in the box. Always thought that was too much extra work. So. Personally, I do a spattering. If I pick a couple books, I'm in the mood to, and then I'll read. Generally, I read all the new stuff, and then I go to the old stuff. In some cases, it's rereading, and in case of the Son of Satan, I've never had before going through. And ElfQuest, actually, I think this is the Son of Satan's part of a run, so I may have to find the rest of the books that come before it. And as another question, a bonus question in the background. If you are getting older books, and this Marvel Spotlight's The Son of Satan, I want to say, I think it's 5 issues. Would you read issue 22, which is in the middle of the run, or would you put 22 on the stack of to be read until you get the earlier books in the run and then read them all? I admit with the Avengers book, I'm going to read this and then file it away in a box. And these, the ghost books, I'm going to read and do on the channel because these are all one-shot stories. But Marvel Spotlight, I may have to wait till I get more of these books. And ElfQuest, I bought as a lark. So that is, I may not even open it at all till I can track down the entire series. It's an 8-part series. Or get some of the early ElfQuest. I actually haven't read any ElfQuest books probably since the 90s. I had a couple trades in 88 or 89. So, come to think of it, I actually may have bought this brand new. At the time when it first came out, I think I remember Siege of the Blue Mountain reading this. I believe this came out in 88 or 89. So I believe I read this when it originally came out. But anyways, I'm just wondering, and the Detective and Batman I'm going to read together. I'm going to open them both together, and then I'm going to actually kind of go over them on the channel. But I was just thoughts, do you read your new books first? Do you read your old books first? And if you were reading your new books first, do you read the ones you like the most, or the ones you're less thrilled with? I'm actually hoping that this Birds of Prey 7 and 8 are really good. Otherwise, I think I'm just about done. And I am excited about the Hellblazer. And it's kind of the Secret Wars is kind of an unusual case because technically speaking, it is a back issue. And honestly, generally I read the facsimile copies last of the new books because, in the case of this one, I bought the original newsstand years ago, which I don't have the copy of. So, for me, it's a back issue. Anyways, I'd love to hear your comments. I'd like to hear your thoughts. If you've listened to the video this far, I appreciate it. Like I said, if you like the video, if you like it, subscribe if you're not. Do some more things as I am going to read through some of these on the channel. Definitely the Batman stuff. And a comment. I really like to hear your thoughts on how you collect and how you read the books, how you read your books when you get them in your collection. That is the part that I really wonder how other people are enjoying their books. And if you want to share, I would love it if you'd share the video. Anyways, this is Stormcastle, and I've rambled long enough. Thank you for watching, and have a good day, and keep hunting the things that you really like.